I think you guys got a lot of them here.
That lay golden eggs. They're actually all around us. Profit sharing with us. This is part of our system. Again, you don't have to do this. This is to help you. If you want to submit deals to us, we'll work those with you and show you how to do the process. And then we just split the profits if there's any paid on it. But it's not.
Did we say we would do all the work?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody understood that.
Did we say we were looking for bird dogs?
No.
See, I really don't need somebody to feed me for sale by owner leads. We can do that. Okay? But if you want to work a deal that you're working and you need help, we're there to help. So, other than that, I'm not looking for a bird dog. Okay. We have a highly trained group in Southwest Florida we call our Property Project Group, PPG for short. And we meet twice a month with them and do training and deals. And what we do is we assign one of those guys to their property, and they're basically, I call them pushers. They have a checklist of things that need accomplished to get the property to where we can put it out for either marketing or for funding, finding a funder. So they're going to push you. Did you get the picture? Did you get the description? Did you do this? Did you do that? To fulfill that checklist so we can get to where we can market it and you can market it legally. You win by closing a deal and learning the process along the way. It's not a mentoring program. Okay? This is, we will keep you moving. But again, we can only keep you moving if you answer email or phone. Believe it or not, some don't. And it's like, really? You submit a deal to us, you want us to help you, and you won't pick up the phone or answer an email. But believe me, they do it. So it's crazy.
I believe you. Yeah, I believe you.
Yeah. Again, it's not mandatory, but it is a great way to accelerate your training and profits. So you can see there are benefits of membership with us and, of course, with Tim's DFW REI Group. Pros are lifetime membership with us. You get the one hour What Would John Do call every month. Email access to me. Lifetime updates. Free online training portal. Profit sharing. We eliminate your competition. This does work in all market cycles. Work 100% of your leads, not just the motivated 2%. Potential to make money on every lead. No need to buy more programs. Now the cons. You know it all. You can learn online for free. You like working too hard. People say you can't do that. You don't have the money. I will buy it in a few weeks. I have to think about it. You buy it and do nothing. This is just another program. I have 100 more excuses if you want to hear them stuff. This guy look familiar?
Where the heck you get that?
I might be able to get you to hear him. I'm not sure if you'll hear Christy. So let's see what we can do.
John and Christy Berry here. We're from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I would probably consider that we're advanced real estate investors. We're full-time, been investing for 8+ years. This is my 4th time coming to the event. And what's incredible about the Iannottis in this entire REACT event is the 4th time here, I think I still had the most questions asked. I'm still learning things. They have new advanced stuff all the time. I learn something every time because I'm in a new mindset and I'm in a different part of my business. So even my fourth time, I'm still learning.
And for me to be able to come, I know he's been multiple times. This is my first time to come and attend this event, and I got a ton out of it. Everything that he has been doing for the past years, it puts it more in perspective for me, and I have learned a lot more that's going to help project our company, our business to the next level.
So we came in April. Christy was able to just attend for a little bit, and I attended the last April event. Really started to get back into the REACT system versus terms deals that we were doing before. Did 13 transactions since that last event to this one, anywhere from $3,000 to $24,000 per transaction, and I cannot recommend this event enough. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that is, John's good, but I gotta tell you, I think she's better now.
She's getting it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're like we said, I told you the other night, I mean, this guy's sending me checks. Well, he's not giving me the checks, he's just sending me pictures of the checks.
Yeah, John always asks, how come my name wasn't on these? Yeah.
And so I wrote his name on the memo line.
Yeah.
And I took a picture of the check and sent it to him.
That was big of him, wasn't it?
Remember I told you Thursday night, the guy that I get Facebook Messenger, and when I hear the ding, I know it's John. Like he's got another check. It's just like check after check after check. Yeah. But
You just go back to him.
yes, what we want to say, and this is really important, because how many of you have an engineer mind in here? You want to diagnose it all, and you got to get it all figured out. And John, I want you to actually take a second and explain. Like, I understand. I understand, but I don't understand because I don't have that mind.
Technical brain?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I see it, I go. Whereas he's got to analyze it. That's why 4 events. He had to come to 4 events, and each time he learned something different.
How long ago was that? 'Cause that was about a year or two
That was
ago.
that was a year ago, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was IT based, and so I had to know, I like to know how everything works. My dad was an engineer, and so I saw the system, and I don't know how my brain worked back then, because now I just do it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to really make sure that I was doing what's right by everybody, and I can tell you, coming from the IT brain and doing multiple deals, everything they do is legally, morally, it's completely what they say it is. I don't know what you want to tell them, because I don't know how to.
Well, no, just
I'm
basically.
not in that mindset anymore. But
Yeah, you're not in that mindset. But what took?
Well,
What
he was.
you were?
Oh, I was,
I mean,
yeah.
but it was great. It was great because John was the one always asking the question after question after question, because he had to get it right in his brain.
Mhm.
And I understand that, because some people have to do that. Some people are more, get a little bit of information and go, which is me. But there's a lot of people that have that engineered brain that have to have it analyzed in their brain correctly. And I get it. So we just basically give you an example of somebody that has accomplished huge amount of deals. And it was all about making that decision of what that made you understand that I can do this.
You learn a lot more by doing it than asking questions. And I'm still learning every you never have the same transaction twice. So you're gonna learn on every single deal still, and you learn more by doing the business than sitting here and asking questions and knowing how to do it correctly, legally, morally. That's good, but you're never gonna be able to ask every single scenario.
Right?
Because you're always learning.
John said it. Every deal's different, guys. I mean, we have had, it really is, and that's what actually is exciting about this business. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about every deal being a little bit different in some way, and just like the one we just talked about. I mean, we just paid a guy to stay in him and his family to stay in a Days Inn, or yeah, it was Days Inn, for 8 days. Why? Because we could. everything worked, the numbers worked, and we were able to do that for them.
And we still make money.
And we still made money. Yes, sir.
How long have you been doing it?
So I mentored, I was trying to think about that earlier today. I think it was yesterday I asked you guys. I think I mentored with them. They were my direct mentors. I paid 9 years ago, 8 years ago, something like that. Back then, it was just the ACT system. So it was more the motivated sellers at that point. And I went to my first REACT event, which was getting the agreement and come back and renegotiate and having the release fee. They started teaching that how long ago? Yeah, and so they started teaching it, and I already had my engineer brain wrapped around the ACTS program, and so I continued trying to stick that round peg through a square hole, whatever it is.
Yep.
Until I finally went to my fourth event, and they kept on pounding it into my head. I was like, okay, try it this way, and that's whenever I.
And you could actually see him get it. You could see him. It was like, he got it. He was like, okay, they got it.
Yeah.
This is the guy you was talking about at the pen table.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah,
So,
right there. Yes.
to draw from what you just said, when she said you got it. So, from wrapping your engineer brain around to when you changed over to the system and you got it, and then fast forward to when your first, I don't want to use the word deal, but transaction, it all came together down to the checking your hand. When was your light bulb moment at that? When you actually saw it, and I just want to ask you how you feel when you actually saw everything come together into fruition and something physical in your hand. How'd that feel?
Oh, it felt fantastic, of course. I mean, it still feels fantastic because I can get wired funds every time. I get a physical check just because I love taking a picture and sending it to these guys. Last month I got a check for anywhere from $750 for a referral up to $32,000 check, and I got 5 checks last month. So going from
Is that all we're saying?
So coming from IT world, and I made pretty good money doing IT, but I had 15 bosses and I get calls at 2 o'clock in the morning and everything else. But I went full time probably 3 years ago, and then since then, I mean, I bought into their system 6 or 7 years ago. I mentored with them through a different program, and then I bought into their system. They say lifetime membership. I bought into it once, like 7 years ago, and like you said, it's a tab. It says what's new, and you get everything that's updated. So I don't know why I got off on that tangent, but it's hard to remember back what my aha, like, I think it was in an event, and they said you just need to call these people. So I had my lead sheets. I went out in the parking lot and I set up appointments like that day, and I don't know, it's life changing because, like Stephanie said, it's not the money, it's the freedom I have.
What a vacation.
Oh yeah, I went to Florida last year 5 times. I got checks on 3 of my vacations, so I got paid while I was gone.
That's great.
Yeah, you set up a team. They don't teach just how to do it, they teach you how to automate and have a system built out.
I was really happy when John said he could be here because, I mean, us sitting here telling you is one thing, but when you have living proof in the room, it really helps for you guys to cement your idea around the fact that, you know, we're not just here selling you a system. We're not. Raul has been to our workshops. Raul, tell them what you think of our workshops.
It's great. I enjoy it. I've been to it twice. Been to this one here twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going back in October.
Yeah, our 4-day workshop in Florida, guys, is,
All content.
I mean, one of the things we told you, and it's true, this is not about a sell-a-thon for us. This is not getting you into a system and upselling you into a million things. That's not what it's about. It's about you guys getting deals done. So when you come and you spend 4 days with us, I mean, you're seeing what you're getting in a day. Imagine what you're getting in 4 days, because we have our whole team there. Unfortunately, Marla can't be there with us, but she's there she's usually on the
I'm
video.
there, you just can't see me.
Yeah. Yeah, she's there, you just can't see her, yeah.
The thing of it is, our reward really is getting pictures of checks.
Yes, that is our reward.
That's where we're at in our life.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, we made this guy successful, we made this one successful.
Or help
Look
me.
at him,
It's you that make yourself
You make
successful.
yourself, but you took the information we
Yes.
had and did it.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cool. Yeah, he's a
an
rock
Oklahoma
star.
market, right?
Yeah, that's what I just want to say is, I'm up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but I've done this in Dallas, in your own market down here. I've done a house in Sherman, just north of Dallas. I didn't see the place. And then like a month after we collected a check for like 10 grand or something on it. And I was driving back from Dallas and my wife's like, we're going through Sherman. It's like, let's just stop off real quick. And my wife looked at the house, she's like, I could go out and push that thing over, it seems like, because it's just but yeah.
Who cares? Made $10,000.
I never saw it.
We haven't seen probably the last 300, 400 deals we've done. We don't see them. What do I need to see them for? Who needs to see them?
The buyer.
The funder. I don't need to see them.
Who has to approve it?
The funder.
Not us.
It's all how you're thinking about it, guys. Yes.
So ironically, he's in Oklahoma. Not even an hour ago, one of my good friends, Steve Train, Oklahoma just passed Bill 3104, making wholesaling illegal.
There you go. There you go, guys.
Like against illegal?
Illegal.
Illegal.
So that's Maine, Illinois,
coming.
and Oklahoma.
I'm telling you, it's coming
It's
across
coming
the country,
everywhere.
guys. That's why you are so far ahead already by being here, because the rest of the guys are all going to be fumbling, trying to figure out what to do. Okay? You guys already know what to do. Because you're going to be a part of our system, you're going to know what to do.
So I already didn't have competition really, because I was doing plenty.
Now you're not going to have none.
That's right.
Yeah.
There'll be more checks coming our way.
So speaking of IT and automation, I have an IT background. I have a kind of IT related question for all three of you. So when you get a property under contract with a seller, do you have a database where you can look up keywords where you can say, okay, I have this property, type in the keywords, and then just call or text or whatever the few dozen or whatever funders that are interested, or do you send that agreement out to all your funders, potential funders, in order to try to get the best price and best terms and all that kind of stuff? Because it seems you've got so many deals going on, probably tens of thousands of funders that it's almost impossible to mentally keep track of all that.
Yeah, you can do, we do a lot of different things, but you certainly can, we can text them if they've texted, if they've given us permission to text them. Sellers, we can text, why?
Cannot or
Can. We can text the sellers, why?
They give you permission.
They've put their phone number out on for sale by owner.
Oh, yeah.
They're advertising for
They're
sale.
advertising, so you can text them. But yeah, we use a lot of things, voicemail blasting, there's a lot of different things you can do.
So you are advertising and marketing that agreement to all of your potential funders, or only the people who say, I'm interested in something on the east side in this price?
Oh, I see what you're saying, yes.
What we'll put it out to our contact management system, and there's about 100,000 people on there that are investors and agents, and we'll try to match up with somebody that's looking for that type of property in that section of town.
So you're not sending that to all tens of thousands of funders, you're only sending that to people who
People
would
are
be
interested.
in your
Yes.
contact management system. That's some innovative way of being able to.
Yeah, it's going out to the 100,000, but there might only be 3 or 4 that are looking for that type of property, in that town.
So you are sending the announcement out to 100,000?
On that system, yeah.
Yeah, but it filters it, it filters it to who is interested in that area.
My system, I have a CRM as well, so we'll go through and see if I have any funders that I think will fit for a property. If I get the property before the funder, I think that's what you're asking, correct?
Yes, I mean.
I have an agreement from a seller, so
I'm trying to match the lot.
correct. So if I have an agreement to buy a property, I'm going to see what funders I have available first, in-house. And then I have an in-house, not assistant, she's my manager for a company basically at this point, but she'll put it out there on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, go through our current funders, and then about a week later, if I don't have, then I'll let the seller know that I'll bring in some funding sources from the MLS at no cost to them. And then I'll put it out, and I have had zero pushback whenever I say that.
We usually do ours 2 weeks. We try to get it under agreement first for about 2 weeks before we put it on the MLS. Yep.
What is this CRM that you use that you recommend or have good experience with?
So I recommend using their system. I'm an IT person, and I had to spend 40 hours rebuilding mine to make it fit
No,
my
I have
model.
too, but that's why I'm still looking.
Bittrex 24 is what I use. It's a Russian-based CRM. Bittrex 24. Yeah.
The normal person isn't going to use it, guys.
Yeah.
Because it's,
Ours is.
Don't do it.
yeah.
Ours is React Deal Flow, and React Deal Flow, and it's a system that we've had since '05, I think. And it just, I don't know how we can do business without it, really.
Yeah, I have this.
Okay. Okay. We need to move on.
All right.
Thanks, John.
Talking about aha moments, I mean, my first deal was 1978. I had no training whatsoever. It was a sandwich lease option. That's where I lease optioned it from the seller and I lease optioned it to the buyer. I created the paperwork. Again, I had no training whatsoever. When it was all said and done, I made a check for $14,000 in 1978. I tell people it was kind of like having sex for the first time. I don't know what I did, but boy, was it good. So, we'll end lunchtime.
Can't you control that stuff?
I could probably put him down a notch if you let me tell a story. Not sure I can get him all the way down.
There are benefits of being a CAPS lifetime member and West DFW REI member. You get special pricing, guys. If you go out to our website, it's $79.97, plus you'll be paying a 1 monthly fee for the website. But today, if you purchase, you're going to get the CATS membership for $19.97. That's if you're a member of Tim's group. If you're not, you need to join because it's $500 more if you're not a member.
How many of you are not members of Tim's group yet? Okay.
And the membership is only
180?
Yeah.
180. So but spend 180, become a member of the group, get all the education Tim's going to give you, and you save yourself what? $317.
I finally gave in, though, after all the beating I took from you about making the deal for him today.
That's right. We were able to get him to come down even more. No.
You want to do it now, or?
Go ahead.
So, the 180 is peanuts, really, for a year, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What do you get going to just the meetup group?
$5.
Whatever you get from the meeting, right?
Oh,
If you just go to meetup. So we have a whole slew of benefits as a paid member of the group. So it's $180 for a year. All the meetings are included. You get free websites, comps for 6 months, MLS comps, deal analyzer, rehab analyzer, and on and on and on. Okay, it's all on the website. But for those that want to join today, if it'll help you with membership with John and Stephanie, it's $150. Okay, so annual membership $150. You get our fantastic 10th anniversary T-shirt. Is that cool or what? Sweet. As an annual member, and I gave in some more. I'm gonna give it to you for 14 months instead of 12.
Oh.
So, guess how much that is? That's people that aren't running their calculator. How much does that boil down to a month? $7. You spend more than that at Starbucks.
Does
Right?
that include me too?
I'll take care of you too. So we got a new member that just joined, and Andy, they didn't know I was doing this. I'm gonna give them the discount.
Yeah, we just joined, we
I'm
get
gonna
the
give them the
discount.
shirt. That wasn't in the deal.
Yeah, he's like, where's my shirt, man?
And tequilas.
You didn't,
So
you didn't even mention about the five REIA books they get back every month, every meeting, every.
that's right. I haven't even gotten there. So normally I have it on my PowerPoint showing, but so the next slide would say you earn $5 for members, for all members. If you register 48 hours in advance to this meeting, you earn $5 back. That's $5 in the bank. So now you take that off the monthly fee, you're almost coming for free. That's what you pay that first year.
Wow.
So, no, I'm not giving away anymore. I'm not
It's
paying
pretty
you
much
to come.
pretty much giving it away.
But seriously, I mean, it's a good deal. $150 today. The code is action taker, so you just tell Michelle
Action.
at the back if you want her to do it for you while you're here. You can go online and do it, but that's only through midnight today.
Who sees the benefit of being a member of a group like Tim's? Absolutely.
The list is huge
You guys
on all the
can't.
benefits that come with that.
And that's really not even, to me, that's not even, those are benefits, but to me, the benefit is right here in this room. Because being able to talk with other people that are coming across things and doing things and have things to offer. I mean, man, if some of you guys would work together, you could kill business. Kill it.
Yep.
Well, thank you, sir.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you, Tim.
Thank you. If anybody's got any questions, just come and see.
Yeah. Also, with our membership, you get the 240-page manual, and that is in color, living color.
I'm so excited. Does that excite any of you?
I do like color though.
Really? Okay, because he always tells me,
I
oh, they
prefer
love
color.
it, they love it. I'm like, do they really love it?
I think
color.
I do.
You like color? Okay.
When I think back of all those, Xerox copied manuals that we paid, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for, and some of the pages are this way and that way, it's like, oh, geez, man, hey, this is a work of art. It's in color, guys.
Oh, Lord.
34 plus MP3s and DVD videos. There's a resource document download. There's 19 years of resources in there of marketing. I even have in there the autoresponder emails that we send out to the sellers and the buyers. I mean, you don't even have to create them. You just change the contact information and you got it. The free lifetime updates. You get the website for free. You get the monthly what would John do call with myself and John and Dave or whoever gets on. Plus 2 weeks to test drive our deal flow system. So you get two weeks for free. That's our contact management system. So let's see, that's over $79.97 in value just for the membership. And because, where'd that slide come from?
Anyways, 1997.
Yeah, 1997. April 30th through May 3rd is our next 4-day workshop. We do these in Florida because we bring our whole team in. Our attorney, our title, our mortgage guys, the acquisitionists, the mentors, the VAs, you name it, we got them there. They're all there, our whole team. And again, you have us from breakfast till we can't do it anymore, we gotta go to bed. And we stay at the hotel. It's only like 20 minutes from our house, but we stay at the hotel so that we're there to give you as much as possible. It's not a cell-phone. It's content-filled. And not only that, but Steph gives everything away. I call her the white Oprah. She,
It was only $26,000 worth of stuff last time.
always kills me when I hear this, because especially when you hear what we're charging for the 4 days.
Yeah. Literally, it costs us money to put this on, guys. It really does.
Alright, let's see, 4-day workshop. If you gotta be a member. You can't come if you're not a member, okay? So we usually charge them $19.97 for 4 days. You guys, $500. Now, here's the thing. We limit this to 40 people. And she's giving away 26,000. 40 people, 500. Yeah, I'm losing money. Yep.
Here's the thing, guys. To us, it's not about $500. To us, it's about getting you in a room where we can spend 4 days with you to build your business, okay? And that's why we limit it to 40 people, because we want to know you and how we can help you, okay? And I can honestly tell you, and John and Raul, I'm sure will verify this, we do a survey too to find out what people like, what they don't like, and our testimonials are amazing, and a lot of times they bring me to tears. How people have said they've been to many workshops and they've never been to one like ours. And we put our heart and soul into it, because for us it is an extension of our business, and it's important that we are able to help you guys get those light bulb moments, get those moments of clarity which make you then crazy out there and doing deals like John. I mean, that's what's important to us. So we do it very inexpensively. A lot of people, as a matter of fact, a lot of the big gurus are upset with us because of our membership price and our workshop price, because we're not charging as much. And we do have the lifetime membership, which I don't even know if anybody else does lifetime membership. Maybe there are some other people out there that do that. But then we've also had people say, well, why is your price so cheap? Is it like not good information, or, you know, like, no, we chose these prices. This is what we're charging, because this is not how we make our money. There are companies that come through here that is how they make their money. This is not us. We make our money doing deals, okay? But we do have to be compensated because we are out here working it, but we put it to where everybody can afford it. Everybody good with that?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want to become a member and come to the 4-day, it's $24.97. That's unbelievably dirt cheap, guys. It's over almost $9,000 worth of value, and you get it all. Okay. So with that being said, that's that sales pitch.
Okay. Want some more stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a question. How much is your CRM system monthly?
It's $99. And it comes with websites, and 20 users can use it. I think I took that out for this. There's all kinds of stuff it does. You can do text blasting, you can do voicemail blasting, you can do direct mail out of it. It has mailing pieces. There's your squeeze pages, your autoresponders, everything's in there.
Do you have a power dialer on there?
What?
Do you have a power dialer?
Power download? No.
For the voicemail?
Cold call.
No.
It's actually been outlawed in Florida. That'll be coming across the country too, I'm sure. Yeah, Florida's, you can't do that in Florida.
With this system, I've had a need for cold calling.
Yeah. Good point, John.
What do you say?
With this system, I have not had a need for cold calling. Correct. The only time I've cold called here lately is because my wife wants a specific house in a specific area, so I'm skip tracing some people who are going for closure to find and get those. But for every other part of the business, I'm bringing all these checks in. I'm not cold calling.
And that's a hazard of the business. Your wife's gonna want a new house.
Yep.
And it's happened several times with me, you know, when we walk in the house and she turns around and gives me the look.
I don't even have to say anything. I don't have to say anything, I just look at him.
Here
It's
we
like,
go again.
okay, guess we're moving.
Okay, let's do some deal matching up, okay? Now there's a key at the bottom. MR is market rents. PITI, of course, is principal, interest, taxes, insurance, HOA, anything that attaches to the monthly payment. And FEC stands for free and clear. So let's get some agreements.
Just go to text. Hi, Cindy Lewis here. We'd like to get some guidance from you and Stephanie. I'm looking for a buyer for 115 Dutchtown. Let me know if you'd like to discuss.
We sold her that house.
Yep.
And many years ago. That's all right, we'll get her. Okay, so we got all these agreements. So let's bring in a funder. Let's bring in John Doe. John Doe's got $10,000 down and $1,000 a month. What would we give John Doe possibly as a property he might be interested in that we have under agreement already?
Any one of them, except for the next and last one.
Okay.
Well, you can do either one, really.
Yeah, good answer. I would probably offer him everything, including the one at $1,100, because John Doe's telling me he could do 1,000. Now, John Doe and I, if he wants that Water Street, him and I are going to have a conversation. I got to figure out, am I squeezing him at $1,100 that he's going to maybe not make that payment every month at $1,100? If I am, he's not getting that property. Okay? I'm going to offer him one of the other ones. So we got to, he may want that one, but let's figure out the finances. Can he afford it? Because we're not going to put somebody into a property they can't afford. That was a plan that did not work very well prior to the crash. Okay. How about Mary Smith? $5,000 down, $800 a month.
The third one, then the last one.
Okay. And basically the same thing too. I'm going to ask her, is that all you can do, $800 a month? I mean, let's look at your finances, make sure you can do it. And we might be able to get you something a little better. If not, don't do it.
Here's the thing, guys. I take gold, silver, diamonds,
Nothing that
cars,
eats or
motorcycles.
drinks.
You're all looking at me like I'm
You know,
crazy.
for a down payment?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If they got 5,000 and you need really pushing it to more to 10, you'd really like to have 10, ask them what they have that they would part with.
We almost got 2 Harleys one time. We were this close.
Very close. It was
His and hers.
It was her that caused the problem.
I'm working on a deal with Ted Harley sitting in the garage.
Yeah.
Might have yourself a Harley.
I can't tell you how many riding lawnmowers we've gotten,
You could open the dealership.
refrigerators.
Washer dryers.
Washer dryers.
Stoves.
And guys, it's all about using your mouth and asking.
Negotiate.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I can't tell you, I have diamonds, gold bracelets, gold necklaces. Now, most of the stuff I don't keep, but I turn it into cash.
Rounds, we had silver rounds.
Oh, yeah.
Gold
Lots of
bars.
bars. We've got 2 gold bars. Yeah.
We just got a $2,000 refrigerator out of the house that we're just now, I told you about earlier, it's $329,000. They just put all new appliances in this house. We took $2,000 refrigerator and put it in our house.
Heck yeah.
All right, how about Terry, the tenant, 500 down, 500 a month? There's a hint here.
No money.
He's a
Bad
tenant.
tenant. Or renter.
Terry is a tenant. Okay? He's the guy who calls and says, hey, I want that 10,000 square foot house on the water with the white picket fence. And believe me, they will try. How about Mary
Nothing wrong
Money?
with that. That's
Mary Money's got 20 down and 1,500 a month.
Anything.
She's my new best friend.
So what are we doing with her?
Turn it into a funder.
You're gonna find her something fast, right? Why? See that 20K? Whose money's that?
Yours.
Darn tootin'.
Larry the Loafer, 3,000 down and 600 a month. Another hint in there. Larry's a renter. Okay. How about Richie Rich, 20,000 down and 2,000 a month?
Tell them to him.
We're on it.
So,
Where do you wanna live? And then what are we gonna do? Find it fast.
You betcha. Okay? Yes, sir.
Find it fast.
I know in our 4-day event, we've had people ask us, do people really put all that down on a lease option? Yesterday, I get a call, Friday? Yesterday, I get a referral, my CPA referred me an attorney and she's going through divorce, and she says, I need to get into a place, I want about $250,000 home, and I've got 50 grand to put towards it.
Sweet. Let's go.
I'll find this something.
Yeah. And you can guarantee he will find it for you.
We had, it was about a year after the crash, this guy came to us. He was a VP at Wells Fargo. And because of the crash and investments he had, his credit went down. So he can't go to the bank to get a loan because they see he's got bad credit, they're not gonna keep him on payroll. That's the way the banks work. But he said, I do have $150,000 down. I said, I think we can work that. So we found him something real quick. Real quick. You just never know.
Yep.
This is a property we had, oh, I'm
Wait,
sorry.
and before, go ahead.
So when you work with funders, okay, do you ask them to get some sort of pre-qualification, or you do that yourself in your system?
Well, we ask them what they can do. And if what they tell us sounds like, that might be financeable, then we send them to our mortgage broker.
Oh, so you have that in the partnership?
Then they go to our mortgage broker, okay? And then they get the, whatever they can do from him.
What's a pre-qualification mean to you guys?
Nothing? I'm kidding.
Pretty much nothing. Pretty much nothing.
Toilet paper?
Get out of here with that.
It's a prospect.
Very good prospect. I work with anybody
Yes.
who has a pre-qual.
A pre-qual basically means they've been run through a very quick analysis, okay? So, but at least it's
Somebody
potentially,
looked
yeah, it's a prospect,
Like anybody get an offer, proof of funds letter,
yeah.
and they say they're pre-qualified.
Yes, sir.
So if that's not good, what is?
Or actual qualification. I mean, somebody that's,
Qualification.
yeah.
Yeah, the mortgage broker then digs into them deeper to
Right.
see what they can do.
When you go through a whole credit report, what are these? Are they owner financed by us or
We don't
what
know.
are they?
All you do is control.
We're finding out what the funder can do, and then we go back to the seller and,
Oh,
yeah, figure out what we can do.
okay.
This house we did in Florida. This was an act deal. What's an act deal? Motivated seller?
Motivated seller.
They were behind 11 months on payments.
How many of you would do that? How many of you work that deal?
It
depends.
Okay.
It depends.
As long as I can pay the 11 months.
As long as you can pay it.
Huh?
How are you gonna pay it?
I'll pay the down payment from the
Finance.
from the funder,
I know funder. Oh, I love you guys.
So they owed $107,000 to the lender, including the back payments. The PITI was $864 a month. They transferred from Florida to Ohio. They broke this thing off. They were done. They're out of here.
Is their credit already bad?
Yes. Definitely.
They just wanted debt relief. So we found a tenant buyer with $20,000 down. We used $10,000 of that to bring the payments current.
Yeah, baby.
Did we have a problem making the payment to the bank? Did they
No.
take the payment?
Yes.
Every
Didn't
day.
question it.
The sellers lease optioned the property directly to the tenant buyers for the balance owed to the lender. Now, you guys can go sub to, if, lease options. If we can't figure out lease options, we'll sub to it to them. The lease payment was equal to the PITI, and the option purchase price is equal to the balance owed to the lender at time of exercising the right to buy. So basically, we're taking the property subject to with a lease option. We're just not getting the deed. See, with the true sub to, the deed transfers, which is probably what you'll be doing here.
Which you would want to make very sure that this is brought current before you would ever take it subject to.
And who's going to do all the paperwork?
The attorney.
Attorney. Great.
So the seller's got debt relief, and also, every month that payment's being made now, what are they getting? Better credit.
Ammunition.
Okay. The buyer gets the property, and we made a $10,000 release fee to step out of the deal. See, I did this one before we put that clause in the memorandum.
What's the clause?
That you stay in the deal if they default.
Stay in the deal if there's a default. You
Okay?
guys realize how powerful that is?
Yeah, you can make it without.
So you didn't, so since you, I think you said you did not subject to this one?
That's correct.
We did not.
But if you did, have you ever incurred a due on sale clause?
No.
We have,
Well, one
yes.
time.
One time.
And it was a private mortgage. It was a real estate agent who loaned the money to the buyer. And when he found out that I did the subject to, that ticked him off, and he called it due. He said, that's my house. I said, no, it's not. He said, it's my house. He said, that's my house.
Whose house is it?
Yours?
Why was it our house?
Because you're paying for it.
No,
We
We
got the
took it
deed.
subject
Yeah,
to, we got the deed.
You're on the deed?
Everybody understands that, right? When you have the deed, you're the owner.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, you've been an agent for over 30 years. I said, you do know the difference between a mortgage and a deed, don't you? Ooh, that ticked him off.
But apparently he didn't, because he kept saying it was his house, and we're like, it's not.
He didn't like it because it was let's see, a two-story. He walked in as we were rehabbing it, and you could see the roof because from the first floor, because we ripped everything out, and he jumped all over our guys and said, "Who's in charge here?" And they're all like pointing to our sign out front. You know?
That's the number he called.
And he called, man, he was just up one side. He said, I have the right to call it due. I said, so give me a number. What do you want for it? And little did he know that we paid it. I said, okay, get it over to our attorney, and we had the same attorney, and I said, just, we'll pay it.
That's the only one. Because you got to remember, guys, when when our bookkeeping girl sends the checks into the banks for the subject twos we have, which we have a lot of them, it's a very simple process. When it goes into the bank, what do you think somebody's doing?
Making a payment.
Looking at it, loan number, inputting it, it's a data entry person.
Absolutely.
And they're entering the payment.
They don't care.
They're not told, you need to sit there and look at, is the name of the seller the same as the name of the person on the check? They could care less. Yes, Jim?
So 19 years, I've never had a loan call to it.
Yeah.
All sub-twos
I've
I've
seen
done.
it.
But I've had one scenario that could have gone that way. But the two biggest things you gotta pay attention to, besides making a payment, of course, is insurance, keeping it insured properly, and property taxes.
Taxes.
I sold one deal, learned my lesson, so you guys can learn from this, don't repeat this. Don't buy a house subject to that's not escrowed, and not create an escrow account when you sell it to your owner finance buyer. You've got to get that escrow account established, so that the taxes and insurance are being paid. What happened is my buyer wasn't paying the taxes. Not only one time, but two times. We didn't learn from it the first time. They went and borrowed money from one of these property tax loan companies, and their loan charge, right?
Yeah.
You ever looked at interest rates? Like through the roof. They already had a problem paying taxes. Now they got a bigger problem because they can't pay the property tax loan as well. So got through that one, paid it, brought it current. Then he falls behind again. Well, this time he didn't get the property tax loan, and it went in default, and the lender sent a letter to the seller whose name is on the loan, right? You got 30 days to put this property back in your name. How did they find out?
The letter.
So they had default taxes, which caused them to look at the account and see that the name on public records as the owner of the property is not the name on the loan. So that's how it all came about. What did I do? I'm out of the picture, right? I sold it. So I went and I foreclosed on my buyer.
Correct.
And went and paid the taxes, never heard from the lender again.
Yeah.
So they don't want to take the house back.
No.
They don't want to call the loan due, but they will. And property taxes, you hit them where it counts. They're threatened with losing their asset if the tax entity comes and forecloses on it.
One thing that we
Very
do
important.
that would protect you in that case too, Tim, is we send a letter as soon as we've taken one subject to, or if we're staying in a sandwich lease option, we contact the mortgage company and the insurance company, and we let them know that we are the management company, because we do. We manage our own properties. Okay? We're the management company. All mail is to be mailed to us, so that, what? We know immediately when there's an issue, because it's coming to us.
Would you not be able to do that same with the servicing company?
You can do it with the servicing company, and we do. If we are going to be bringing a tenant buyer into the situation where we're actually, if we're getting out of the deal and connecting a funder with the seller, and it's a lease option or subject to, you would absolutely want it with the servicing company, which we have several of them in our system. Okay? Anything that we're staying in, we're managing ourselves, and we send a letter to the mortgage company letting them know we are the management company. All mail is to come to us. We put our P.O. box on there, and it'll still have the seller's name. It'll have the seller's name, ours, our Iannotti Realty Solutions underneath it, and then our address. Okay? So that would eliminate that issue, because you'd have got the notice then.
So we do that. We got that notice, but we kind of shortcut it. We get online access to the mortgage, and we go make the change to
Yes.
our PO.
Yeah, which we do too.
So
Yeah.
we got that tax.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's really important that your sellers, if you're doing something like that, the seller still has online access, so they can go and check and make sure that their payments are being made. Okay? Yes.
Another deal we did, this is Columbia Street. We just actually closed this. It was an act deal. It was a situation where a girl meets a boy, they fall in love, and they both have a house. Sound familiar? So she got married, moved into the husband's house. She just wanted out of the debt pay and the payments, so she said yes to us too.
Stand-up comedy.
Seriously.
So I originally took a 6-month option to purchase the property. The terms were the lease payment equal to the mortgage payment, an option purchase price equal to the balance owed when the option is exercised to purchase. The reason I did it this way is because I knew I was keeping this property. This was a good one. I knew from the get-go this was ours. But I did it with an option, so I didn't have to make her payments until I actually found my funder. Okay? The length of the lease option is the remaining 20 years on the loan. 20 years, not 30. And we did it in 12-month increments, the lease. The reason we do the 12-month increments is because it's not considered an installment sale contract. If you do it in 12 months.
Everybody get that?
By it being, the lease is in 12-month increments, so it's a yearly lease.
Okay.
Okay.
That renews automatically.
It's a 20-year term. Every 12 months, it's renewing automatically, okay?
Why you set it up like that? You have to renew it every year.
It's an
Installment
automatic
sale
renewal
contract.
unless we terminate. So it's an automatic renewal unless we terminate. So what we do is, by having it in 12-month increments, it's considered a lease, not an installment sale contract.
Does anybody understand what an installment sale contract?
No.
Okay.
With an installment sale contract, the seller is taxed as though she received all the money in the first year.
Oh.
You do not want that.
See, so you're protecting your seller, right? And if I were to default on this, she can get it right back again. She doesn't have to foreclose. It's an eviction. It's a lease. See, I'm protecting my seller, so I'm selling it to the seller. Why she should do this, right? So those are 2 good points. So you want to, if you can do a lease option here, it's the best thing since sliced bread, guys.
Yeah. But they can't
But
right now. So.
Right now, you can't. I'm gonna try and fix that for you, I'll let you know, but tomorrow we meet with the attorney, so we'll see what we can do.
If you're doing deals in any other state though, that's really important for you to know that.
Yeah.
You guys got an extra strategy for everything you guys do.
Yes.
I noticed that, everything you guys do. You premeditate
Everything.
Everything you premeditate.
Listen, guys,
A to B.
we're teaching you a fraction of what we
Yeah.
know and what we do. A fraction. Because obviously we're here for a day.
Yeah.
But when you come to our 4-day workshop, I'm telling you, it's exhausting.
Yeah.
Because we go into deal structuring where we'll take one deal and structure it out 5-10 different ways. And one way you may make 10,000, another way you make 20, another way you'll make 100,000. So, that's where we really get into a lot of the creative. There's so many things. Yes, that's what we're good at. We're transaction engineers.
Yeah.
And that's what you need to be good at. Because when your leads come across your desk, you need to be able to look at it and go, I can do something with this. Okay? Because the worst thing you can do is throw away your leads.
Yeah.
Because you're paying for them. You want to be able to do every deal possible. You won't do every deal, but you want to be able to at least analyze it and figure out what you can do. Yes?
Stephanie, what other state that you cannot do these options besides Texas?
Texas.
Only Texas?
Texas.
Just this one
Texas.
country here.
Okay.
This one country.
It's country.
Texas. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay, because you can do other things, and you can do the subject to it. You can do wraparound mortgages. So there's ways around it.
Yeah.
It's just, we'll show you some deals, at least options, so you understand, because inevitably some of you are going to do deals in other areas, and you want to be able to look for, these are really golden eggs. But subject to is great too.
Yeah.
It's just, it puts the seller in a little bit different position than the lease option.
I'd
So there's
rather
more
do
risk.
the lease option than the sub two.
How do you guys really pitch your sub twos? Because I know that's really important to the seller.
Well,
Well, you gotta remember, number one, who's giving you a subject to? Who's giving you the deed?
What kind of seller?
The seller.
A motivated seller.
Somebody-
A motivated seller. So I'm gonna tell you, and John will tell you, I can't even tell you, have we ever had anybody give us any kind of brief on a subject
Oh,
to?
sub two.
No, because they're motivated, guys.
See?
And I know it doesn't make any sense, because we all look at each other and go, I wouldn't give you my deed,
Right.
but I'm not motivated. If I was motivated, I probably would, if I needed out of a situation.
How do you find those motivators?
Pardon me?
How aware do you find
Somebody was saying
Through
something.
marketing, that's how you find them. Back in,
Yes, which we do.
was it 03 or 05 that we got Header Drive?
I think it was 03.
I had a mentor student with me that was riding around with me for the day. And a call came into our office, and I heard a girl taking the information, and I knew Heather Drive was in a great neighborhood for young families, and about $150,000 neighborhood, and I'm thinking, that sounds like a nice property coming in. And she took the information, came over, gave me the sheet, and I'm like, call them right back, get me an appointment now. I said, as soon as we can get in there, you let me know. So she called him back and said, yeah, just come on over, I'm here. So my mentor student and I jumped in the truck, we go driving over. From the time we got out of my truck till the time we got back into my truck, it was 15 minutes. I went in, the guy says, I need to sell. I said, okay. I said, what are you looking for? He says, well, I need $50,000 to pay my ex-wife or I'm going to jail in 3 weeks. Motivation?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I said, okay. I said, that's pretty quick. I said, how much do you owe on the property? 47. Remember, it's a $150,000 property. I said, well, how about we do this? How about if I can how's your credit? He says, good. I said, okay. I want you to get in touch with my mortgage broker, and I want you to get him to get you a loan for $130,000.
Refinance.
Refinance the house for $130,000. Remember, it's worth probably $150,000 or more. And I said, I'll pay off your $47,000. I'll pay off your wife, ex-wife, and then I'll take over the payments on the new loan and the property, and I'll take care of all maintenance and repairs until I can get it sold. He goes, "You'll do that?" I said, "Yeah, I'll do that." He said, "Okay." I said, "Okay, here's the phone number." Gave him the phone number for my mortgage broker.
You didn't think it over.
850 credit score.
Now, here's the thing. He owed 47, he needed 50. What's that add up to?
97.
I told him to put 130,000 on it.
That's what I'm saying.
Where'd that money go?
Where'd that money go?
Your pocket.
In our pocket.
Didn't care.
Okay,
No.
seriously.
15.
Why didn't he think of doing that himself?
I was just thinking that.
Because
I would have done that, I thought he would have kept 30, I would have thought he would have kept the 30,000 though.
When we told him that, why didn't he just say, well, okay, I can just go refinance the house and stay in the
you
house?
helped them solve the problem.
We helped him solve his problem. He was going to jail. He didn't really want the house anymore because it was just him. He actually already had a mobile home.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm just going to go live in the mobile home, and he still to this day lives in the mobile home.
Yeah.
So, guys, when you ask why or how or
My mentor student was a dentist, and we get back in the truck, and I back out, going down the road. It's nice and quiet,
Did you just make?
Finally, I said, "What do you think?" He says, "I can't believe you just did that." He said, "That guy's giving you his house and $30,000." And I said, "Yeah, we usually get paid to take over people's houses." I said, "Yeah, that's as easy as it gets." I mean, that one was easy. And the loan went through.
why didn't he just go get a loan? A personal loan.
He didn't know.
Lack of knowledge.
He had perfect credit. Guys, and we use those examples because we look at, when we do these deals and we think, why? But it's like, you can't ask why because
Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped asking why.
Yeah.
believe me, after you do a couple, the whys are inevitable. Yes, sir.
But did we give him what he wanted?
Yeah.
Did we help him out?
Yeah. Marla, do we have one single iota of a problem with him? As a matter of fact, when it came time for closing on Heather, he signed a POA so that our on-the-ground guy is the one that went to closing and signed for him. He didn't even go to closing. He had a POA.
Wow. He really.
Did he give us one iota of a problem, Marla?
Never.
Yes.
I didn't even know it existed until closing.
Yeah.
Why do the powers that be hate at least options so much?
I'm guessing
Because
some investors screwed something up here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm guessing.
Got screwed.
Legal.
Probably a relative of theirs got screwed.
Yeah.
These options.
There are some people that had taken advantage of people, and it got really bad.
Really? Yeah, see,
That's
that's the horrible
Yeah.
thing. You know, a couple bad apples make the rest of us a
And
problem.
it was on a high level, it was really.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
That's
that's
why
what
they
we're
did
not.
something.
Now, see, in
So much money
Florida,
better.
we had the problem of, dead people were signing deeds.
Yeah, that was copy and paste.
Copy and paste, right out of the, yeah.
Yeah.
You want me
Hey.
to comment on the lease option thing?
Yeah, please.
This is what I've heard from my attorney. Some of the issues that was going on is investors, some investors, that 10% bad apples, were doing the lease and the option and getting that big chunk for down payment, and they were taking advantage of every little opportunity to cause the buyer to be in default. And was not willing to work with them, so therefore they were kicking them out of the house, taking the house back, and keeping the option fee. And that happened over and over and over, and that's why it's
It all comes down to one big thing, guys, pre-screening. Even though you never pre-screen somebody to the point where it's perfect, but that's why we have a company that does that. They tell you, do they have the ability? Do we know that they're druggies? We don't necessarily know if they're a druggie, unless they've had some criminal issues, but for the most part,